Good morning, traders. It's 8:02 a.m. Chicago time on Friday, the 23rd of February, 2018. A mic check. Am I coming in too hot? Is it too loud, clippy, distorted? Just give me some feedback. Okay. Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. This morning, pretty much everything is a green. I'm seeing the euro is down 34 pips, 0.28%. The Japanese yen gold. This is an indication that the market's allocating to risk, potentially allocating to risk this morning. The Euro stocks and the DAX are teetering on unchanged. The leader this morning is the NASDAQ. Interestingly, the second top on my quote board is the Treasury bond, the U.S. Treasury bond up 19 ticks or 0.41%. So overall, it's kind of it does look like an allocation to risk this morning. As far as what we're looking for today, real quick, the calendar is clear. Not expecting any interruption due to data coming out. We do have speakers. Again, I invite you to find a good calendar with speakers on it and check that out. I'm not going to cover that here. I'm going to dive right in to what we expected yesterday, right into the review screen. Yesterday, the primary expectation is bullish. Quick test down, and then I expected the market to drift back into balance, putting us in these 3 days, in this 3-day pattern right here. Basically trading inside of these 3 days since Monday's holiday. So test down, push back up, test down to 27.05, push back up to 27.33, the primary expectation. That didn't quite work out. What did work out on the dot is scenario 2. Didn't quite get to the point of control. It stopped at 31.50 or so, and turned, but it did turn downwards, and we saw a pretty good rotation through the stock zone levels here. Yesterday was a really good day, mainly because the intraday levels were respected. I do not believe there was a lot of OTF involvement, so it was a day where you could kind of smash new highs for outside-in trading or mean reversion trading, and we ended up playing out just as expected. The overnight session brings us to the next piece of the puzzle. Where are you, overnight chart? Here we go. Had to adjust this chart to my new closing session. Again, yesterday I announced I'm going. I used to have pit and everything outside of pit as far as my sessions for the ES, but I switched to match the exchange session, which in Central Time or Chicago time closes at 4, which is 5 Eastern, and reopens at 5, which is 6 Eastern. And for that, I had to adjust my overnight session, and that leaves me with 3 bars. With 3 bars between 4:15 Eastern and 5 p.m. I end up with these 3 stray bars. So if your chart's a little bit different than mine, that's the reason. The pit session is the same. Yesterday we traded pretty standard volume. 1.38 or so has been common. Yesterday we traded 1.29 million in the pit session. The overnight session had very little volume relative to what we've had over the last few days. Trading at 164,000. Now remember, during the dull period, most of last year of trading this product, we were around 110 to 135,000. So we are closing in on that. Also, the VIX is trading at around 19 and slowly drifting lower, volatility drifting lower. So we're going back to where we were before. What is the overnight session telling us? Complete balance, good consensus around the 2720. 2720 was a stock zone yesterday. It's not today, but it is marked by the point of control at 2719 or so, and it's likely to move away from here. My expectation today is that the market will likely move away from this area, but overall, that's what we have. We have complete balance overnight. We tested lower as we opened, and then we tested the high middle of the session right before the European Open. We sold off a little bit on the European Open, and we are trading completely in balance, currently on top of the point of control, on top of the mid of the session, and on top of VWAP. VWAP is this cyan line. The mid of the session is this blue line, and the pink line is the most traded price of the session, the point of control. Complete balance here. I expect a choppy open this morning because we are back in the last 3 days ranges. An overview of the week. Here's the crazy volatile week. Let's change colors here for a minute. So this is the crazy volatile week. This is the following week. The volatility compressed, but still very wide. This particular week here accomplished an important task, and that is to retest this point of control and reject it, and it finished way up there. And then this week is holding these higher prices. We're likely to continue short squeezing the heck out of all the folks who are expecting a bigger move down. We've essentially taken back the sell-off day of the 5th of February. And then when we expand, so as we expand this week, you'll see that this week has been spent completely in balance. So Tuesday, here's what we did. Wednesday, we test higher, we test lower. Yesterday, we open. We test up to the point of control of the week, and we end up pushing down and then back up to finish in the 2713.50. So overall, yesterday was just a balancing day, an inside day, and the range of the entire thing is 2693 or so, 94, all the way up to 2747. So that's where we stand right now. So that's the review portion. Let's take a look at what we have today. Before we do that, I want to take a moment to remind you that it is Friday. Please find the like button on YouTube and hit it for me. It does help me out, so take a moment to do that, please, before we get into this. Let's turn off these flex levels and look at what we've done. So essentially here, let's change this back. There we go. So what we've got here is basically a channel down. The market's been completely in balance these last few days. The point of control has shifted up yesterday to 2713 for the entire range. So if I look at the zone that we've been trading in since February 5th until yesterday, the point of control has shifted up. There's been enough trading up here to make this area here the most traded price, around 2713. is the most traded price since the sell-off. And what this is saying is that the profile is top heavy. So let me smash this a little bit together and show you the full profile. That's the full profile of the sell-off. So nice clear low volume node there, right here at 26.82-ish, and then a second distribution below. The distribution below shows pretty good taper, pretty good control from the buyers to taking over control and starting to push up. And we've pushed through this low volume node on the composite, and we have a fat portion up top, and this looks like it's likely to be extended upwards. The point of control is shifted from down here to up here with a clear demarcation between the two distributions. So this creates a pretty good opportunity. Again, the area to look at is around 26.82 as a key divider between what's occurring today and what has occurred over the last week. So from last Thursday onwards, we've been in complete balance. So this looks a lot like what we've had in the past before we made new all-time highs. Just trading sideways, zigzagging back and forth. And the expectation is that there likely is going to be an additional test here. But overall, I'm expecting this to be another short squeeze higher. Okay, so what are we looking at for today? Today, we're opening in range, in value. Value is valid today. We were in balance yesterday. So we're opening right in here. I expect a fairly choppy open this morning. There's nothing on deck to push us around, numbers and things like that. I expect a two-way battle, and then I'm looking for the market to just trade almost the same as yesterday. Test and retest these zones. I expect us to be drawn to the 27.13 MC point of control, but overall I'm looking for a retest at 27 and a push into 27.33 at some point in the day, and then balance out for the weekend. So the primary scenario is sideways, look for the break higher, and if it does break higher, I'm aiming for 27, and then it's likely to consolidate in there, and then I'm aiming for 27.33 again. 27.33 is the next stock area up. Okay, so that's the primary. Secondary, it opens, pushes to 27, consolidates, breaks the high, takes out to 27.31, pushes in, and then starts to sell off to finish back where it started. Yesterday, we opened and closed at basically the same price. Just complete balance, and that's why I'm expecting this pushing back and forth, and that's the secondary hypothesis or scenario that I'm looking for. So once we push into 33, I'm looking for evidence of selling. If I don't see it, it's likely to continue higher. The next level up is 38.50, and that gets us into scenario number 3. But those are the two key scenarios. Again, I ask that you hit the like button before you take off today. I'd appreciate it. Not asking you for anything else. And also, pay attention to your risk and your emotions. It is Friday. You don't want to go into the weekend with a hole in your pocket. Just be patient today. It's likely to be day trader against day trader again today. And that does create some opportunities. You have to hold on a little bit longer and take a little more, have a little more patience. Good luck.